Hello, my Stoic friends, and welcome back to the Stoic journey. What if I told you that your dog, the loyal companion sitting by your side, is more of a Stoic philosopher than you might think? Surprising, right? But think about it. Dogs live by principles that align perfectly with Stoic philosophy, the same principles that can help you navigate the storms of heartbreak, unreturned love, or even the overwhelming need to make peace in your relationship life. And here's where it gets interesting. Understanding these lessons from your dog can turn you into a Stoic magnet, effortlessly attracting meaningful connections and relationships into your life. Let's face it, relationships can be frustrating. Maybe you've been trying to attract someone for a while. You've put in the effort, sent the texts, planned the dates, tried to be your best self, yet nothing seems to work. It's like you're throwing everything at the wall, but nothing is sticking. You start asking yourself, what more can I do? Why can't they just see my worth? Here's the truth. The more you chase, the more they slip away. It's like trying to hold on to water with your bare hands. The harder you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. The harder you try to control someone else's feelings, the more you lose control of your own peace. But what if I told you the solution has been right in front of you all along, sitting on your couch, wagging their tail, ready to show you a new way to live and love, the little Stoic magnet you never knew you had, your dog. They've been quietly living out the principles of Stoicism every day. Look at your dog. Does your dog chase love? No, they don't beg for your attention or try to control how much you care about them. They just are. They exist in a state of calm, loving you unconditionally, without needing to constantly win your approval. This is amor fati, the Stoic idea of loving what is without trying to change or control the outcome. As Marcus Aurelius said, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But do so with all your heart. That's what your dog does, loves you without conditions or expectations. And that's where we often get it wrong in relationships. We push, we force, we want to make sure the other person sees our value, and in doing so, we lose sight of what makes us truly attractive. Calm confidence. Your dog, though, they don't care if you're having a bad day, if you haven't texted them back, or if you're preoccupied. They stay present, loving you without attachment to the outcome. And here's the kicker. People are drawn to that kind of energy. The little Stoic magnet you never knew you had, your dog, could be the key to attracting someone special. They embody the Stoic principle of living in the moment, without attachment to outcomes, a trait that is undeniably attractive in relationships. Imagine applying this to your relationship life, being fully present, not dwelling on what they think about you, how they respond, or whether you're saying the perfect thing. Just like your dog, who doesn't overthink whether they're getting enough attention or love, you focus on being in the moment and enjoying the connection. When you stop stressing about how someone might perceive you or overanalyzing every interaction, you exude calm, confident energy. That energy is magnetic. The less you chase validation or overthink outcomes, the more naturally you attract the love and attention you desire. People are drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin, fully engaged in the present, and not constantly seeking approval. Ever notice how your dog doesn't get stuck on things? If you leave the house for hours or forget to give them a treat, they don't sit there sulking or overthinking it. They move on and still greet you with love and excitement when you walk through the door. Why? because they don't waste time stressing over things beyond their control. They accept things as they are and focus on what they can control, being the loyal, loving companion they always are. That's Stoicism in action. As Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your dog lives this effortlessly. They let go of what they can't change and focus on what's within their power, showing up with love no matter what. And speaking of loyalty, there's no better example than your dog. Day in, day out, they show up for you with unwavering love and loyalty. They don't need to be convinced to stay by your side. They're there because that's who they are. That's the Stoic virtue of integrity. As Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. Dogs don't need to prove their loyalty. They simply live it, and that's what makes them so magnetic. When you embody that kind of loyalty and integrity in your relationships, people can't help but be drawn to you. So if you're tired of chasing after someone, tired of feeling like your efforts aren't enough, maybe it's time to take a step back. Look at your dog. They don't stress over or try to win your love. They already know their worth. They don't beg for attention or approval. Instead, they exist in a calm, confident state, fully content with who they are. That kind of peaceful, self-assured energy naturally draws people in. As Epictetus reminded us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Your dog has mastered the art of living in the moment, of letting go of what they can't control, and of being loyal without expectations. And you can do the same. Stop chasing, start attracting. The more you embody these Stoic traits, the more you'll find that people will naturally be drawn to your strength, your calm, and your presence. So the next time you feel like you're doing everything you can to make someone see your worth, pause. Look at your dog. They've been teaching you the Stoic way all along. You don't need to chase anyone, just be, and let them come to you. And folks, it doesn't end here. Your furry friend has so much more to teach you than you might realize. We're just getting started on unlocking the wisdom of this little Stoic philosopher sitting right beside you. In this video, we're going to dive into 8 solid lessons from a dog that will turn you into a Stoic magnet. Yes, you heard that right. These lessons are going to hit hard because there's no better or easier way to transform your relationship life than this. So please, give me your full attention. What we're about to dive into could be the game changer you've been looking for. So stay with me, folks, because today we're rewriting the script of your life on how to be a Stoic magnet they can't help but be drawn to. This is where everything changes. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Now here's a challenge for you. Drop a comment below with the phrase, "I am done chasing." This is crucial, folks, because the very first step to becoming a Stoic magnet is to stop chasing. As our wise Stoic friend Epictetus once said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Declaring it loud is the key to stepping into your power. So accept this challenge, take control, and throw it out there in the comments. I am done chasing. Let the world know that you've made the shift and are ready to attract everything you deserve. Ready, my Stoic friends? Let's go. Music. Number 1. They do their best and let go. So folks, have you ever noticed how a dog greets you when you walk through the door? It doesn't matter if you've been gone for 5 minutes or 5 hours, they give you their all. They'll jump, wag their tail, and shower you with love, doing their absolute best to let you know how much they care. But here's the thing. Once that moment is over, they don't sit there obsessing over whether you appreciated it enough or whether they could have done more. They simply move on, content with having done their best. Now you might be thinking, what does this have to do with becoming a Stoic magnet? A lot, actually. One of the core ideas in Stoicism and in life is learning to do your best, and then let go of the outcome. Your dog lives this truth every day. They love you fully and give their all in the moment. But they don't cling to expectations. They don't need validation. They don't sit there wondering if you'll return their affection in exactly the same way. That's the kind of mindset that makes you a Stoic magnet. Confident, present, and not dependent on external validation. Think about this. How often do you find yourself trying your hardest in a relationship or friendship, only to stress over whether it's enough? You send a thoughtful text, but when they don't reply immediately, you start to overthink. Did I say the right thing? Should I have phrased it differently? You're constantly seeking signs that your efforts are paying off, and when they don't come, it leaves you feeling defeated. This is where dogs can teach us one of the most profound lessons of Stoicism. Do your best and let go. As Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your power lies in what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your effort. Once you've done your part, the rest is out of your hands." Dogs live this effortlessly. They never try to control your response. They give their love freely and move forward with no attachment to how it's received. Now you might be wondering, how do I actually apply this in my relationships? It's simple, but not always easy. You can start by shifting your mindset from focusing on what you want to happen, like someone texting back or praising you, to simply being proud of the effort you put in. Did you send that kind message? Did you make the effort to plan something thoughtful? Then you've already won. Like your dog, you gave your best, and now it's time to let go. Imagine this. You're at a party, trying to connect with someone. You're cracking jokes, being your most charming self, but it feels like they're just not that interested. Instead of obsessing over what you could have said differently or how you could have acted cooler, take a page from your dog's book. You did your best, and now it's time to relax. Clinging to their response, trying to figure out what went wrong, only puts you in a place of insecurity. When you can let go, you project confidence, and that's what draws people in. As Epictetus wisely said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. This includes other people's reactions, feelings, and choices. You can't control them, so why waste energy stressing about them? Instead, focus on what's in your control, how you show up, how much effort you give, and then, like your dog, move on with peace. But what if letting go is difficult? I get it. Letting go can be tough. We're wired to want approval, to want things to go our way. But here's where the practice of Stoicism comes in. Start small. The next time you send a message or make an effort in a relationship, remind yourself, I've done my best. Now it's time to let go. It's not about being indifferent. It's about accepting that you've already done everything you can. The outcome is no longer in your control. Here's a fun example. Imagine a dog trying to chase its tail. No matter how hard they try, they're always just out of reach. That's what we do when we cling to outcomes. We chase something that's beyond our control, exhausting ourselves in the process. But when we stop the chase, when we let go, we find peace. And ironically, that's when things start to come to us naturally. People are drawn to those who aren't desperate for validation, but are confident in who they are. Here's where it gets really powerful. I want you to say this affirmation with me. I do my best and I let go. Say it loud and say it often. This is your new mantra. Every time you find yourself overthinking, repeat it. I do my best and I let go. Let it ground you in your own worth, and don't just stop there. Declare it loud, drop it in the comments below, and let me know that you are following along. So, the next time you find yourself caught in the cycle of overthinking, feeling like your efforts aren't enough, or wondering why things aren't working out, remember your dog. They've already mastered the art of doing their best and letting go. It's time for you to follow their lead. Believe in your effort, embrace the present, and watch how you naturally begin to attract the right people, the right energy, and the right opportunities into your life. But let me tell you, this is just the beginning. Our furry friends have a lot more wisdom to offer us, so make sure you stay with me tight until the very last lesson, because each point is going to take you one step closer to becoming the Stoic magnet you were meant to be. And here's a challenge for you. Accept the Stoic way and commit to seeing this through. Stay stoic until the end. Don't just take the first step, take all of them. This is your time, and your transformation is in your hands. Stay strong, stay stoic. Number 2, they never try to control. So let's talk about control. We've all been there, right? Trying to control the situation, the person, the outcome, believing that if we just say the right thing, act the right way, or plan everything perfectly, then things will go exactly as we hope. But here's the truth. Control is an illusion, and the more you cling to it, the further things slip away from you. And guess what? Your dog knows this instinctively. Take a moment to think about how your dog interacts with you. They don't try to control you or manipulate your emotions. They don't get angry when you're busy or frustrated if you don't give them attention right away. They just are. They love you, they show up, and they let the rest be. This is pure Stoicism in action. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, said it best. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Dogs are masters of this mindset. They focus on what they can control, being loyal, loving, and present, and they leave the rest up to you. They don't chase after your approval. They don't try to make you behave a certain way, and yet they often receive the affection and care they desire because they're not pushing for it. This is a huge lesson in relationships and life. Imagine if you stopped trying to control every little detail. You'd be more relaxed, more confident, and more present, just like your dog. Relationships often become strained when we try to control the other person's reactions, emotions, or decisions. Maybe you found yourself stressing over when someone will text you back, or worrying about whether they're giving you enough attention. You start pushing for something you can't control, and that's when things start to feel off balance. Dogs don't operate that way, and neither should you. Instead, take a step back and focus on what is within your control, your actions, your mindset, your energy. When you do that, you create space for others to respond naturally without feeling pressured or manipulated. It's like opening the door and letting fresh air in rather than trying to force it through a window. Now, I know what you're thinking, but if I don't try to control things, won't everything just fall apart? The answer is no. In fact, it's the opposite. The more you release the need to control, the more peace and balance you'll find in your relationships. People are naturally drawn to those who are calm, confident, and secure in themselves. They're repelled by desperation and the constant need for validation. And don't worry if you find it difficult at first. That's okay. Letting go of control is a practice. Start small. The next time you find yourself obsessing over how someone will react or when they'll reach out to you, pause, take a breath, and remind yourself, I can't control their actions, but I can control mine. Do your part and then let the rest unfold naturally. Just like your dog, who never forces things but still manages to get all the belly rubs and love they need, you'll find that when you stop trying to control everything, life has a funny way of working itself out. As Marcus Aurelius said, the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. When you shift your thoughts away from trying to control outcomes and focus on being present and true to yourself, you become a magnet for positive energy and people. So, here's the challenge. The next time you feel the urge to control someone's response, take a cue from your dog. Trust that by being your authentic self and letting go of expectations, things will fall into place. You don't need to force anything. Like a dog sitting patiently, trust that what's meant for you will come, because it will. Declare it in the comments. I let go of control. Let this affirmation guide you, and watch how everything starts to shift. You've got this. Trust yourself, trust the process, and let the world come to you. Just like your dog, you don't need to chase, you simply attract. Ready for the next lesson? Stick with me, because the next lesson is going to take you even deeper into mastering your relationships and becoming a true Stoic magnet. Don't skip ahead. This is where the real transformation begins. Number 3, they live authentically. Let's talk about authenticity, folks. Have you ever noticed how your dog never tries to be anything but their true self? Whether they're being playful, goofy, or just curled up on the couch, they're unapologetically themselves every single moment. They don't try to put on a show or act differently to get you to like them more. They just are, and that's precisely what makes them so lovable. But how does this make you attractive? Simple. Authenticity is magnetic. When you live genuinely, without pretending or trying to impress, people are naturally drawn to you, just like your dog, who never has to put on a facade to win your love. Authenticity creates a powerful sense of confidence and comfort. People want to be around those who are real because it's refreshing in a world full of pretense. When you show up as your true self, unapologetically, you send the message that you're comfortable in your own skin, and that kind of self-assurance is irresistible. Now think about how often we put on masks in our relationships. Maybe you've held back your true thoughts, hidden your quirks, or tried to act in a way that you think will make someone like you more. But when you do that, you're hiding the very thing that makes you unique. Your dog never does that. If they want attention, they ask for it. If they want to play, they show it. They're not worried about being judged or rejected. They just exist in their own natural state, and that's why we love them so much. Authenticity is about being true to yourself, not bending or molding yourself to fit into someone else's expectations. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Your dog knows exactly who they are. They aren't trying to be anything else, and that's a major lesson for us. When you live authentically, you stop chasing approval and start attracting people who appreciate you for who you truly are. But let's be real. Being authentic isn't always easy. Sometimes it's scary to show your true self because you fear rejection or judgment. You might wonder, what if they don't like the real me? But here's the thing. When you hide your true self, you're robbing the world of the best version of you. And as Marcus Aurelius wisely said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Stop worrying about how others see you and start focusing on being the best, most genuine version of yourself. If you're finding it hard to live authentically, start small. The next time you're with someone, ask yourself, am I being true to myself right now? If the answer is no, gently remind yourself to let go of the need to impress or please. Just like your dog, be present, be real, and trust that the right people will be drawn to that energy. After all, the connections you build when you're being your true self are the ones that last. Here's an example. Imagine you're at a social gathering. You see one person trying to be the life of the party, constantly cracking jokes and saying what they think others want to hear. Then there's another person, relaxed, simply being themselves, not trying to impress anyone. Who do you feel more drawn to? It's almost always the person who is comfortable in their own skin. That's the power of authenticity. It doesn't need to force anything, and that natural confidence is incredibly attractive. Your dog is also great at setting boundaries, another key aspect of living authentically. When they're done playing, they walk away and rest. They don't keep pushing themselves to make you happy. If they're tired, that's something we can all learn from. Being authentic also means respecting your own needs, knowing when to say no, and being clear about what you want in life and relationships. So here's the challenge. Live authentically. Be like your dog. Be genuine. Be yourself, and don't worry about fitting into someone else's mold. Declare it in the comments. I live authentically. Let this affirmation remind you to stay true to who you are, no matter what. Ready for the next? Stick around, because the next lesson will show you how to use this authenticity to deepen your connections even more. Don't miss out. This is where the transformation really takes hold. Number 4, they bounce back quickly. Let's talk about resilience, folks. Something your dog has marked like a true Stoic. Have you ever noticed how no matter what happens, your dog never stays down for long? They don't dwell on disappointments or setbacks. If they don't get the treat they were hoping for, or you accidentally step on their paw, they might yelp for a second, but moments later, they're back to wagging their tail. Dogs are the perfect example of how to bounce back quickly and move forward. But how does this make you a Stoic magnet? Simple resilience is attractive. Life throws all of us curveballs, rejections, disappointments, and challenges, but it's how we respond that defines us. When you can bounce back from setbacks, just like your dog does, you show emotional strength. People are naturally drawn to those who can handle life's ups and downs without being defeated by them. It's not about pretending everything is fine. It's about accepting setbacks, learning from them, and moving on with grace and confidence. Dogs are resilient because they live in the moment. They don't dwell on the past, and they don't fear the future. In Stoicism, this is a key principle. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your dog lives by this rule every day. When something doesn't go their way, they don't spiral into anxiety or frustration. They simply adapt and move forward. That kind of resilience is magnetic because it creates an unshakable energy that others admire and gravitate toward. In relationships, this is huge. How often do we hold on to past hurts or failures, letting them drag us down? Maybe you've been ghosted, rejected, or things didn't go the way you wanted in a conversation or date. It's easy to get stuck in those moments, replaying them over and over. But your dog shows you that the real power comes from letting go and bouncing back. When you don't let setbacks define you, you become someone who's emotionally strong and secure, traits that draw others toward you like a magnet. If you're wondering how to build this kind of resilience, start by adopting your dog's mindset. When something doesn't go your way, Ask yourself, what's next? Instead of fixating on what went wrong, shift your focus to what you can do moving forward. Just like your dog doesn't sulk when the ball rolls out of reach, you shouldn't let small setbacks keep you down. Keep moving, keep wagging your tail, and trust that better things are ahead. Here's a fun example. Think about how your dog reacts when they want to go for a walk, but you're not ready. Sure, they might be a little disappointed, but they'll wait patiently, or better yet, they'll find something else to do in the meantime. They don't give up on the idea of the walk, they just adapt. Imagine how much lighter life would feel if you adopted that same approach in your relationships and daily life. Resilience isn't about pretending things don't hurt. It's about not letting those hurts control you. As Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In other words, every setback is an opportunity for growth, and when you embrace this mindset, you become unstoppable and irresistibly magnetic. So here's your challenge. The next time something knocks you down, be like your dog. Bounce back quickly. Don't let it keep you down. Declare it in the comments. I bounce back quickly. Let that be your affirmation as you move through life with resilience and strength, ready for the next. Stay tuned, because we're about to dive into more lessons that will take your Stoic magnetism to new heights. Number 5. They trust the process. Let's talk about trust, something dogs naturally embody. Your dog doesn't worry about when their next meal is coming, whether you'll take them for a walk tomorrow, or if you still love them after a busy day. They trust that things will happen when they're meant to. They don't control the timing, and they don't stress about the outcome. They simply trust the process. But how does this make you a Stoic magnet? When you trust the process like your dog does, you radiate calm, steady energy. People are drawn to those who aren't frantic or always trying to force things to happen. You see, when you try to control everything, whether it's in a relationship, career, or personal goal, it often backfires. The harder you push, the more elusive the result becomes. By trusting the process, you signal that you're confident in the path you're on, and that kind of confidence is magnetic. Dogs live by one of the core Stoic principles: control what you can and let go of the rest. Epictetus once said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." Dogs don't worry about things they can't control. They trust that you'll take care of them, and they focus on what they can control, enjoying the moment. In the same way, when you trust the process in life and relationships, you stop stressing over things that are beyond your control, which creates a sense of calm that others are naturally attracted to. In relationships, trusting the process means allowing things to unfold naturally instead of forcing them. If someone doesn't respond to you right away, or if things aren't moving as fast as you'd like, take a cue from your dog. They don't panic when things take time. They relax and trust that everything will happen when it's supposed to. Here's your challenge. Let go of the need to control the outcome and trust the process. Declare it in the comments, I trust the process. This mindset will not only give you peace, but it will also make you more attractive to those around you because of your calm, confident energy. Ready for the next? Stick with me because there's more to learn about how to turn these Stoic dog lessons into powerful tools for your life. Number 6, they are always positive. Let's talk about positivity, something your dog embodies every single day. No matter what's happening, your dog is always ready to greet you with joy, wagging their tail and looking at life through a positive lens. Whether they've just been scolded or didn't get that treat they were hoping for, they bounce right back, happy and optimistic. Dogs live in a state of positivity, and this makes them incredibly magnetic. Now, how does this relate to being a Stoic magnet? Positivity is one of the most attractive traits you can cultivate. People are naturally drawn to those who bring positive energy into a room. When you maintain a positive outlook, especially in challenging situations, it shows resilience, inner strength, and an ability to focus on what's good rather than what's lacking. Your dog does this instinctively. They never dwell on the negative, and that's why they're so uplifting to be around. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control and accepting the rest with grace. As Seneca said, "A man's as miserable as he thinks he is." Dogs live by this philosophy. They don't waste energy on what went wrong. They focus on what's going right, like your presence or the next adventure. This mindset is what keeps them so joyful and magnetic. In relationships, staying positive is crucial. It's easy to get caught up in complaints, frustrations, or anxieties. But if you can channel your dog's ability to stay positive, you'll find that people will naturally want to be around you. Positive energy is contagious, and it creates a welcoming, attractive vibe. When you focus on what's going well instead of what's missing, you not only feel better, but also become a source of light for others. But what if staying positive feels difficult? Start small. When things don't go your way, ask yourself, what's one thing I can appreciate in this moment? Your dog doesn't get stuck in negativity, and you don't have to either. Here's your challenge. Cultivate positivity no matter the circumstances. Declare it in the comments, "I choose positivity." By doing so, you'll create an energy that attracts the right people and opportunities into your life. Ready for the next? Don't miss out. The upcoming lesson will unlock even more Stoic wisdom from your furry friend. Number 7. They are masters of being present. Let's talk about something your dog excels at. Being fully present. Whether they're greeting you at the door, sitting by your side, or playing in the yard, your dog is always in the moment. They don't worry about the past or fret about the future. They experience life exactly as it happens, and this ability to stay present is a key lesson in becoming a Stoic magnet. Now you might be wondering, how does this make me more attractive or magnetic in my relationships? Well, people are naturally drawn to those who are fully engaged in relationships. Presence is everything. When you're not distracted or constantly checking your phone, but instead focusing entirely on the person in front of you, it creates a powerful connection. People can feel that energy. Your dog does this effortlessly. When they're with you, they're fully there. That's the kind of presence that makes you magnetic. Here's where the Stoic philosophy comes in. The Stoics teach us to focus on the present moment because it's the only thing we can control. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Confine yourself to the present." This aligns perfectly with how your dog lives. They're not burdened by worries about the future or regrets about the past. When you master this ability to stay present like your dog, you create a calm, grounded energy that others are naturally drawn to. In relationships, this is crucial. How often have you been physically with someone, but your mind is elsewhere? Whether you're worrying about work, replaying an argument, or thinking ahead to tomorrow, you're missing the moment. And when you're not fully present, people can sense it, which weakens the connection. Your dog, on the other hand, gives their full attention to you, and that's why they're so magnetic. In their own way, being fully present makes you a Stoic magnet, because it shows that you value the person in front of you. It tells them without words that they're important. This creates a deeper bond, one that can't be built when you're distracted or unfocused. When you're fully engaged in the present, others feel seen, heard, and valued. And that's the kind of energy that draws people toward you. Now, if you're wondering how to incorporate this into your life, take a tip from your dog. Start by practicing mindfulness in small moments. When you're having a conversation, put your phone away, make eye contact, and truly listen. Give the person in front of you your full attention. It might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to multitasking, but the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. Your dog doesn't split their attention between you and something else. They're all in. This level of focus is what makes them so connected to us, and it's what can make you a Stoic magnet in your relationships. As the Stoics remind us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you choose to react by being fully present, you're in control of your energy, and when you control your energy, people will be drawn to that calm, confident presence. So here's your challenge. Be present just like your dog. When you find yourself distracted, bring your mind back to the moment. Declare it in the comments, "I am present." Let this be your new way of living, and watch how you naturally start attracting deeper, more meaningful connections into your life. Ready for the next? Stick around because the next one is going to take your Stoic magnetism to the next level. Number 8. They love unconditionally without attachment. Let's dive into the final and perhaps most powerful lesson your dog can teach you. Unconditional love without attachment. Dogs are the epitome of pure love. They don't love you because of what you do for them or how you make them feel. They just love, and here's the key part. They love without expecting anything in return. Whether you've had a bad day, missed their walk, or been distracted, their love never wavers. Now, how does this make you a Stoic magnet? Loving unconditionally and without attachment is incredibly attractive because it shows emotional maturity and confidence. When you love freely without constantly seeking validation or worrying about how your love will be received, you give others the space to be themselves. You stop trying to control the relationship or the other person, which creates a more natural, magnetic connection. People are drawn to those who love openly without expecting anything in return because it feels genuine and pure. In Stoicism, this aligns perfectly with the principle of amor fati, which means loving what happens without attachment to a particular outcome. As Epictetus said, "Some things are in our control, and some things are not." Your dog understands this instinctively. They don't try to control how much love they get back. They simply give their love unconditionally and accept whatever comes. When you practice this in your relationships, you become someone who is deeply grounded and secure. You're not constantly measuring how much love you're receiving versus how much you're giving. You're simply present in the relationship, loving fully and letting go of any need to control the outcome. That kind of love is rare, and it makes you a magnet for deeper, more meaningful connections. Of course, loving unconditionally doesn't mean accepting bad treatment. It means loving without clinging to how others respond. You give your best and allow things to unfold naturally, just like your dog does. Here's your final challenge. Love freely without attachment to outcomes. Declare it in the comments, "I love without attachment." When you live this way, you attract love that is real, pure, and enduring. And with that, we've come full circle. Take these lessons from your dog, embrace the wisdom of Stoicism, and become the Stoic magnet you were meant to be. It's time to step into your power, live authentically, and watch as the right people and opportunities flow into your life effortlessly. Stay strong, stay stoic, and let your inner magnet shine. And if this lesson has resonated with you and you've made it to this point, drop a quick "keep it up" in the comments to let me know that you've been with me through this entire journey. Your support and engagement mean everything, and I can't wait to see how these Stoic lessons transform your relationships and your life. Keep going strong, my Stoic magnets.